Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs is a presentation of Kentucky Proud.
Have you ever wondered what they serve on Millionaire's Row on Derby Day? Well, you're about to find out, because we have the chef from Churchill Downs with us in Kitchen Studio today, and he's not just revealing the menu for Millionaire's Row, he's also going to share the secrets to making the same Kentucky Proud food at home. I'm Kevin Harned with Tim Laird. We have some secrets that you're going to reveal as well.
That's right, Kevin. We're going to be shaking it up. I'm going to make a mint julep remix.
I like the sound of that. It's Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, and it starts right now. Show, Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, and this time we're talking Derby. Chef Dave Danielson is with Levy Restaurants, and he's with us today. Dave has cooked around the world, including a few stints at the Olympic Games, but his big claim to fame is being the top chef at Churchill Downs. We'll get cooking on our Millionaire's Row menu coming up, but first, say hello to my co-host and America's Chief Entertaining Officer, Tim Laird.
Hello, Kevin!
Hello, Tim. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We're about to reveal more secrets.
Right, from Millionaire's Row and Churchill Downs, we can do some of these wonderful recipes at home that you get at the track, but it's going to be a great show.
And in addition to not only learning the secrets of how to make it, it's how to prepare it for that many people. You know, having parties can be a little daunting.
Yeah, have you ever served 120,000 people, Kevin?
Right, no, not even close.
All right.
And you're sharing some secrets today, too.
I am, too. It's Derby time, so that means mint julep time.
I can't wait to hear it. Let's get started.
Excellent. All right, everybody. It's a great day to be in Kitchen Studio because we have a wonderful studio audience. Love that. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, a good friend of our show, he's been on here many times. Here he is from Levy Restaurants, Churchill Downs, Executive Chef Dave Danielson. Hello,
How are you doing, Tim?
Good, buddy.
How you doing, buddy?
Good to have you here.
How are you?
Good, good. Friend of the show and a friend of ours.
We love good friend of ours. I'll tell you what, he's incredible. Just what you bring to our city and to Churchill Downs, it's amazing. You cooked all over the world.
I have, but nothing is better than the Derby, and I'm happy to be here. Spring is in the air. We've got a lot of great dishes planned this year, so we're really excited.
You really believe in local ingredients. You really do, and you were excited to see all the great Kentucky Proud items you can get right here in our own state.
I have to ask why. Why Kentucky Proud? People see it everywhere. I know the answer, but
I mean, for me, I've been cooking a long time, and it's interesting because I was trained in Europe, and I understood that buying local, buying seasonal, buying as close to you can is really a philosophy of cooking. It's not something that's new. It's not something that's trendy. So when I got here, we're surrounded by such unbelievable farms, and over the years we've made amazing partnerships with probably 2 dozen farms out here. Plus, look at where we're at. Bourbon Barrel Foods. Matt Jamie does an incredible job. There's amazing cheese guys, beef, all these different people we get to deal with, and we explore these and try and figure out how to put these ingredients together.
And one other big ingredient that we both love and share, bourbon. I know you're a big Woodford Reserve fan and Old Forester, so we've shared a few Manhattans and Old Fashions.
And it's great to tip a couple of bourbons, talk about some local stuff. People are coming from all over the world to Kentucky. They're coming for the Derby. They're coming for the Bourbon Trail. They're coming to see what we've got. So we really feel like this is an important showcase to show everybody all these great ingredients and great stuff that's coming out of the farms here.
All right,
excellent. Chef, where are we going to start out with?
This is a different twist on a caprese salad, which everybody knows. Traditional tomato, basil, mozzarella. We've got a selection of some little heirloom cherry tomatoes here. I've got some strawberries. We got some another little type of heirloom tomato. I'm going to cut some of those up. We got some mozzarella. But what makes this really interesting and kind of different is we're going to make something that's called a basil syrup. So what we do is we take our blender, put some fresh basil in there. When you taste this, it is really unbelievable. So,
oh, I can smell that fresh. When the basil's fresh, it just is so good.
And what we've got is some corn syrup, okay?
I can see Tim's wheels spinning now.
All right. This could be a great cocktail.
So, really, very, very simple. It's corn syrup. It's the basil. We put it in our blender. Let that go for, just a minute till it gets nice and smooth. And that's it. So, you've got this really kind of vibrant basil. The other thing I love to do is, when I'm cooking with tomatoes, I love to buy different sizes, different shapes of tomatoes. It's amazing the different flavors that all these different tomatoes have. I like to cut them up into some different sizes, some different shapes. We add them to it. Once you mix all that together, it's really gives it a very cool look. And then we're going to mix all this together. One of the reasons I use this basil syrup, if we were to use traditional vinaigrette, and this was sitting for a long time, the vinegar on the strawberries, the vinegar on the tomatoes really breaks it down.
Oh, yeah.
And over time it starts coming apart, starts weeping, all the water comes out of it.
Plus, one thing I know about a sweetener is it really brings out the flavors of everything. It's like when you taste a strawberry, but then you take that same strawberry, dip it in a little sugar, and then taste it, boom, that strawberry just explodes with flavor. So I think that's going to be a nice little secret to this recipe in itself.
So we're going to mix this together. Just kind of get it in there so it coats, and you can see the, just from the consistency too of that syrup, it takes a little bit, and when you taste this, you'll see how strong that basil flavor is. And of course, nothing would be complete in the month of May without a little bit of mint.
Gotta have mint.
So what I like to do just at the end, a little bit of just something to kind of finish it up. Take a little bit of chiffonade fresh mint. We're going to throw this over the top.
The mint is grown locally?
The mint is all grown locally. Right, about an hour outside Churchill. Doan Farms, Billy's been growing our mint for years and years. And we literally take a ton of it. So that's it.
That looks
really
beautiful,
simple.
Chef. Wow.
Strawberry caprese salad with some basil syrup and a little bit of fresh mint.
Nice. Wow. Nice twist on the caprese salad. We're not finished yet. You have more secrets to share when we come back.
We certainly do.
What's up next?
A little braised short ribs.
I'm staying tuned for that.
Wow.
I'm not leaving.
And if you may not be the biggest julep fan,
Got a twist on the mint julep for you.
I like that idea. We're coming back with more secrets of bluegrass chefs right after this.
Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs is a presentation of Kentucky Proud.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. You've been learning the secrets from, well, undoubtedly the person who serves the most people right here in Louisville on any given day, and that is Dave Danielson. You think of him and Levy Restaurants, Churchill Downs, the Kentucky Derby. What a feat that must be. Let me introduce you to our audience taster. Angela Shepard is here. It's nice to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
With the foundations of Kentucky One Health, we appreciate your all's support and generosity with the show. You have a chance here to stand before a Kentucky Proud dish. I'm looking at all the farmers' work here with the tomatoes. Jump in and take a taste. The caprese salad with a twist. Let me ask, because not only did we have the twist with a strawberry being added to the salad, but that nice drizzle sauce, the glaze.
Good.
Can you taste it?
Yeah, it's sweet. It's very flavorful. It's good.
Yeah? Is it something you think you could do at home?
Yes. Amazingly, yes.
Yeah, perfect. And that's the premise of the show. There you go. Enjoy that. Thank you very much. Watch your step.
Excellent.
How about that?
Excellent.
Another thing that goes hand in hand with the Kentucky Derby has to be
Mint juleps.
mint juleps.
And this is something you can do at home too. And I have a little twist on it, and it really is delicious. Of course, at Churchill, Dave told me they go through about 160,000 mint juleps, right?
Wow.
Derby week, 160,000. So anyway, let me show you a little twist.
That explains the infield.
That that would do it. Yeah, it does, Kevin. Anyway, I'm going to start out a glass with crushed ice, and then I'm going to use about 2 ounces of Woodford Reserve, who's the official bourbon, of course, of Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby. So that goes in, And this is one of those drinks you want to sip, so that's why you use the crushed ice, and you want to get a good 2 ounces of the Woodford Reserve goes in, boom, just like that. And then I have a mint simple syrup. This is basically equal parts sugar, water, and then I've steeped for about 20 minutes some mint, and that makes the mint part of this.
So this is an easy way to do it at home as opposed to doing the muddling and all that.
No muddling and all that. Now, at this stage, I can flavor this up with different flavors, raspberry, strawberry. Today I'm going to use a little bit of mango nectar, so that goes in. So we're going to have a mango julep. That goes in.
Oh, I love that idea. Because some people just turn their nose up to the julep in general. It's like, yeah, I don't really like it, but I feel like I should have one. But if you have a derby party, setting out multiple
that's exactly
flavors,
I've
seen you do that.
Your guests can actually make their own, whatever flavors they want. Excuse me, that mint, a little bourbon in there.
Sure.
Anyway, and Chef, I made one for you too. I know you're a fan of Woodford Reserve, so there you go,
I get
Kevin.
the unbreakable glass over
That's
here.
right. Okay.
What are you trying to say, Tim?
And another secret is, don't just put a little sprig of mint in there. Get a nice bouquet, because when you bring this to your mouth, you go, oh, no, Kevin. Wow, that's kicked up. That's a good mint julep, though. I love it.
Yes, that's tasty. I like how easy it is.
I like it.
You know?
Too, you know, just like we were talking about earlier, the mint really goes amazing with that mango.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It kind
it's
of goes
very fresh.
We're back to the stove here. I see that, Chef, you have some short ribs out, so we're moving forward with the next dish.
We're moving forward. A little Derby Day. This is one of the dishes we'll be serving Derby Day. We're doing a little braised short rib. I'm going to show you how to do this ahead of time and be able to finish it.
Perfect.
So I've gone to the grocery store. There's several different ways to buy short ribs, okay? This is a bone-in short rib, right? So you'll see them cut a couple ways. These are cut long ways with the bone. A lot of times you'll see them cut across where there'll be 3 bones in them. And then a lot of places are selling them boneless, okay? I personally prefer to keep the bone on. I think that for braising, it adds more flavor. Also, you don't have the shrinkage. So what happens is if you take them boneless, you braise them, you're going to still wind up with a delicious, succulent, great piece of meat, but they tend to shrink a little bit. So we like to take them and cook them with the bone on. I got a saute pan going, so we just like to season them up, right? So the most important thing is, you know, really getting all your flavor, all your seasoning. So I like to use some fresh ground black pepper.
Both sides, all the way around?
Both sides, all the way around. You know, really get that kind of seasoning on there. We're going to use a little bit of the bourbon smoked sea salt. Again, this is a big piece of meat. So I like to take that, put a generous amount on there and really kind of push it down into that beef. So then what we're going to do, I've got my pan going. We're going to put it into a hot pan. We're going to let this go for probably 5-10 minutes. What we want to do is put really nice caramelization, really nice color on it. So we're going to saute this. You know, it's important that you get that color because that color is flavor. That's right. The caramelization is what's going to really develop, put all that flavor on there.
And then the one thing, like 5 minutes, but then you do it on each side, right, Chef?
Right.
So 5 minutes on the front, 5 back, and maybe on the sides too.
Absolutely. So we're going to get this in here again, just like you're saying. We're going to take it. Once you get a nice color, we will put normally a lot more really dark brown caramelization. We're going to hit this on all sides, okay? So once we get that color off here, it's okay to go ahead and put it in your pan. Then what we do, right in the same pan, we're going to add a little bit of mirepoix. So mirepoix is a fancy French word. There's a little carrot, celery, and onion. The reason you do this, a couple of reasons.
So good.
One, you know, it's like you take a chicken, put it in a pot of water and boil it. You have chicken soup, right? So that water, that liquid pulls all that flavor. So the more we can put into that, we keep that natural flavor of that beef. Plus, just the good flavor of the celery, the onions, the carrots. It all enhances to that. We also put it on the bottom so it keeps, once that liquid starts reducing down, it keeps that pan off the bottom. It keeps that meat from sticking to the bottom.
So it actually elevates it. It's like creating a little cradle underneath and then put the meat right on top of that.
Absolutely.
Mirepoix.
So I just want to get this mirepoix, start sweating it. So once we get the mirepoix done, We're going to take that mirepoix, we're going to put it right in that pan.
And by the way, the mirepoix was in that same pan that has all that flavor in there that you were...
Because once you do this, you're going to get some caramelization in the pan. That mirepoix will pull all that flavor off. So now we're going to put this back in here. Then what we're going to do is we have a little bit of beef stock here. This we use a demi-glace, which we make two things. If you're using like a stock or a broth that you buy in the store, make sure it's low sodium. Because a lot of times what happens when this reduces down, if there's too much salt in it, it'll reduce down, you're going to wind up with a really salty stock.
Good secret.
What the skill of braising is actually to add liquid to a pot with the meat. You don't want to cover all the top because you don't want to boil it. What you want to do is go about halfway up, a third up, and then we're going to cover this and we're going to put this in the oven. This comes up to temperature, that liquid starts boiling, so you get really steam. That steam is going to build up in there. That meat's going to cook all the way. The liquid's going to reduce down. You're going to get this beautiful sauce.
And that actually will start breaking the meat down where it becomes really tender. And I think that's a secret that you want to do.
We're going to cover this up, and then we go right into the oven with that. 375, probably 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on the thickness, the size of the short ribs.
All right, we're gonna put that in the oven. Magic of TV. It'll be done when we come back from the commercial break. Stick around. The secrets revealed from Dave Danielson with Churchill Downs and Levy Restaurants on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs is a presentation of Kentucky Proud.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our kitchen studio here at Bourbon Barrel Foods. I'm Kevin Harned alongside Tim Laird and Dave Danielson from Levy Restaurants, the executive chef at Churchill Downs. When we went to commercial break, Dave was putting the short ribs with the mirepoix and the nice glaze in the oven, and now I understand
we just took it out.
By the magic of TV, it's done.
How
long would that typically cook?
About 2.5 hours.
Okay.
We sped it up a little bit here.
Yeah.
So we just pulled this out, okay? So you can see they really start to kind of shrink up. They start to come off the bone. But this goes back to what I was talking about. If you're using a boneless one, you really start to see that shrinkage. The bone really helps them, holds that on there. But I'm going to show you how to get this ready. So once you got it at this point,
Look at that. Can you all see that?
we're going to pull this out of here. Okay? So now what I do is I go back through what we were talking about earlier. You can see where you've got a little bit of that fat cap.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's okay to take that. We're going to trim that off. And what we're going to do is then just go right down the bone. You can see how tender these are.
Oh, look how they easily just cutting right through that.
So this comes off. If you got a dog, if not,
Don't.
amazing bones here. Okay.
I might chew
This
on that
meat,
and bury it
same
in
thing.
the...
This is all great still.
after the
You can
show.
take this, trim this up, turn that into a ragu, pasta, you know, whatever you want. So now what we do is once we have them, we're going to go through this. We're going to take and cut them into nice portions. Trim that up a little more. So, you know, depending on if you're doing a dinner party, if you're doing a buffet in your house, what we end up doing is we trim them into nice size portions, okay? And then at this point,
Wow.
you can either serve them when they're ready to go, or you could take them, chill them down, and reheat them because they just take a little bit to kind of bring back. So this is the type of thing you can do a day ahead. You take them, you lay them out in your pan, you put your sauce back on them when your guests arrive, you take them and you reheat them. I'm going to show you guys a really quick vegetable that we like to serve along with this. So, going back to Kentucky Proud, we get some beautiful baby carrots here. If you go to the farmer's markets on the weekends, you can find them. A little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil, right on a half sheet pan in the oven. You can see these have started to get a little bit of color on them. So when that happens, I pull them out just to finish them. This is a little local honey. One of the things we've
These
got
are
a lot of
delicious.
around here. What I do is I'm going to heat this honey up a little bit, and I'm going to add some caraway seeds. Okay, so caraway is another, you know, really, really good, interesting type of flavor. It goes great with the sweetness of the honey. I've got a little bit of fresh thyme leaves, a little bit of fresh rosemary. Just mix that together, and then we're going to take this mixture, drizzle it over all these carrots.
I've had these before. Delicious.
I have too. They are delicious. And that honey just brings so much nice sweetness
Well, you
and
can
tenderness.
smell. I mean, you smell the caraway, you smell the thyme and the rosemary. It's big time on this. So we just mix all that back up. And again, same type of thing. These have been cooked and chilled, so now they're ready to go. So what we do is once we get the honey back on them, we take these, flash these really quick in a hot oven while we're warming our short ribs. We get ready, and we'll put all this in. And we'll
Everything's done all at once.
So what we're gonna do, these are hot. Let's take a couple of these on a plate.
Delicious.
Right? And then we've got our short ribs. And so what I've done is obviously you can see we've got a good amount of short ribs. It's just as easy to, you know, bring them back up, reheat them.
Look how tender. I mean, it's just so tender.
Fall apart.
So
Comfort
we've got
food.
a couple short ribs here. Okay. And then we're just going to take our sauce that we've reduced it down. Finish these up.
Oh, that's so good. Look at that.
Sauce.
I'll tell you what, even if you don't pick the right horse, this is a winner every time.
Yeah. Just eat.
There's the Triple Crown right there.
Really great dish. We're going to be serving this to probably 7,000 to 8,000 people on Derby Day, so we're starting now.
Wow. There you have it.
Great, I'll tell you
Thank
what,
you.
that is absolutely fabulous. Chef Dave Danielson, good friend of ours, friend of the show.
Dave, thank you very much. And on behalf of everybody that eats at Churchill Downs, they want to say thanks too, because if they've had any of your food, they know how top-notch it
We're
is.
good. We love cooking for them. We love everybody to come out. So.
Yeah. We want to say thanks to our audience that's
Great
here.
audience today.
Appreciate everybody at home watching. To all of our sponsors, we couldn't do it without you. It's Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. For Tim Laird, I'm Kevin Harned, and we'll see you next time.
Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs is a presentation of Kentucky Proud.